Bob Hofstetter is the general manager of the Bellingham Slam basketball team. The club has been part of the American Basketball Association, but it just announced it is moving to the International Basketball League. Bob, thanks for joining us. So what does it all mean?
Well, there's a couple of big changes that it'll mean. One, our season will be going from a 36-game schedule down to a 20-game schedule. That will include 10 home games. And those games will start in March instead of the traditional November start time. The season runs from about mid-March until July.
Now, what do you think that'll mean for attendance?
Well, we're excited about the possibilities. One, we'll be able to focus in more on those specific 10 home games. That'll be easier for myself and some other people in the organization to fill those with sponsors, game nights for schools. We've been able to do that for a lot of our games, but just not all those games in that 36-game schedule in the ABA. The other thing, I mean, it really means, we're going to have to kind of keep people's attention a little bit longer than usual, because we're extending basketball season into July, which it usually ends there at the end of March. So we'll think of ways to do that.
Why was the time right to join the I.B.L?
Kind of two factors. One, in our eyes, the I.B.L, we've been watching it for a couple years, is really on the rise. It's a league that's about 4 years old, and in the West Coast, and specifically in the Northwest, it's very, very strong. The founder of the league is from Portland, Oregon, and has a very strong organization based out of Portland. There's a great team in Everett that plays in the Event Center. Real large venue and a great organization. We anticipate a great rivalry with them.
Yeah, you can create some regional rivalries, right?
Yeah, and that coupled with the fact that the ABA, on the West Coast at least, has been a little unstable and created some challenges for us. We've kind of fought through those. It's taken a lot of our effort away from marketing and promoting the team into more of the logistics that way. And we think that the I.B.L will provide some stability in that aspect that will allow us to take our resources and devote them more towards what we should be doing, is promoting the team.
Let's talk about some of the rules changes going from the ABA to the I.B.L. Of course, this breaks my heart. No more red, white, and blue ball.
Yep, no more red, white, and blue ball. And for those of people who have gone to a game, it means no more 3D rule, which was kind of a wacky rule where if there was a turnover in the backcourt, we would light a light, and that means for that possession, that team would gain an extra point if they scored a basket. It seems really hard to explain. That's one thing we won't have to do is explain those kind of crazy rules. But it was kind of fun. The I.B.L has a couple of things that help speed up the game. One, it limits the number of timeouts to 1 per half.
So a fast-paced game.
Fast-paced game. It also has the quick inbounds. You're not going to hand the ball to the ref and wait. Once the ball's out of bounds, you grab it and go, so that it kind of keeps the game moving that way.
Now, what does this mean in terms of acquiring talent now that your season doesn't start until, boy, next March? You've got a long time to put together a squad.
Yeah, it does. It gives us a lot more time to look at our roster, how it's been in the past, and to look at what's out there. And so we're excited about that. One thing it does for us having that later season is there'll be players available that hadn't been available during the regular season. Players that are under contract overseas that will be coming back to the States right in time for the start of our season. And that's what is kind of considered a spring league for players who are really trying to develop and get back overseas or make the jump to the D-League or the NBA.
Now, are you still looking at trying to make it local faces?
Oh, yeah. Well, I think we've been blessed with at least a few local kids who can really play basketball, and they've been kind of the core group of our team, with a couple of add-ins each year, and we've had a lot of success in the ABA, and it's a pretty strong league. So, we anticipate bringing some of those guys back. I know that there's some fan favorites that people would be just heartbroken if we didn't have, but I think that as long as they're staying in shape and have desire to play basketball and can play at that level, we want them on our team.
Coach Ridnour, you anticipate him being back?
Yeah, Coach Ridnour signed on for another year, so that's exciting for us. I think that, again, kind of adds some stability to our organization. We've had the same coach for the first 2 years, now for the third year, and that, I think, will help us indeed.
What are you going to do to stay in the public eye from now until next March? It's a long time.
It is a long time. We'll plan on doing our normal summer activities, booths at the fair, helping out with Kid Fest here in town. And then during basketball season, just kind of getting out there and working with coaches that are in town here. Our players, a lot of them will be here already, so they'll be out in the community. We'll be still taking them to schools during basketball season, not just during our season, but setting up those school nights. That's been really fun. I've been involved in that, and every school we've been to has had a blast.
Bob Hofstetter, the general manager of the Bellingham Slam, thanks for being on Northwest Notebook and talking about the move from the ABA to the I.B.L. We'll be right back.